Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Pokemon Lounge. And strap in because we're going to be in for a pretty long video. I have a lot of teams to review, and I plan on doing all of them. My recording from earlier, I was doing it with Vess, and Dawn got corrupted for some reason, so I'm going to be doing this one solo. So strap in, and if I do somehow miss your team, apologies, but here we fucking go. So, first up, we got Kian. He typed his guys out, which makes it a little bit more complicated, but let's take a look at his Sun and Moon team. We got Torn Z, Blaze Z, some bulk. Okay, so first thing I noticed with this team is your pivoting game is a little weak. I get you're going for more of like a bulkier kind of team with like Aggron, Florges, and Tangrowth, and like Pex and Como with like a couple of just cracked out breakers with Hoop Unbound and Blaze. But the problem with this kind of team is you don't have any way of getting in these said crazy cracked breakers. Like these breakers, they're frail, so you basically just have to sack one of your big boys to get it in. That or just make an aggressive double. And with a team like this, you can't really make aggressive doubles. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's maybe a 4 out of 10 team. And just for the record, I'm going to be ranking all these teams, but 4 out of 10 doesn't necessarily mean the team's bad. That just means it's slightly below average, because 5 would be average, 10 would be exceptional. Nothing's going to get a 10 though, just spoiler. Next, we got his SV team. Got a Palafin team, Heatran Terra, Cornerstone Terra, Espathra. Okay, so this seems a little unconventional. Right off the bat, I see that you are deciding to not tear your Espathra, which I get it. You'd rather tear your Heatran and Cornerstone, which is completely valid. However, I believe Espathra is even more reliant on Terra than Ogerpon is, just because just without that Terra, setting up is going to be a lot harder. So Espathra is just going to pretty much not be able to do much every matchup. But you have the same kind of problem on this team. Well, not exactly. This team's a little bit more setup heavy with the Grimmsnarl getting screens behind Dragonite and Espathra. I see what you're doing. I think this team could definitely work. You have a slow pivot with Bellibolt as well. So this team, let me just go ahead and check if it has removal. I think that's your biggest problem. Yeah, it doesn't have removal unless Frostmoth gets defog. I don't think it does, but if it does, that's still a shitty form of removal. So removal games a week, you got hazards, but you absolutely need removal. Otherwise, you're going to be running Boost Palafin every single matchup, which you don't necessarily want to do. So that's a big downside. On top of that, your offense game behind screens even isn't that strong. So I'm going to go ahead and give this team a 4 out of 10 as well, same as the first team. Next, we got your Sword and Shield team. And if I'm like clearing my throat, it's because I just got done running like 4 miles, so I'm still kind of recovering. But got your Sword and Shield team: Lando T, Victini, G-Darm, Magnezone, Gengar, Dracovish, Rybombi, and Stakataka. Okay, so this team is probably your best team out of the 3, which is to be expected, since these are 8-man pools and everything else is 16-man pools. But for this team, Lando Victini's a staple in Sword and Shield. That's pretty good. Dracovish is there to cheese some matchups. Your team's going to be pretty Protect weak, though, since you have strong Scarfers like Lando T and Victini, and people standardly run Protect against Storm-G anyways. So that's gonna hold you back quite a bit. It could even lose you a couple games if you go against a solid player who knows how to use Protect like that. Other than that, though, your offense is very good. The only thing that it's obviously a hyper offense team with Rybombi and everything, but the only problem is you really only have one defensive piece on this entire team, and it is Lando T, and that's a big problem. So I'm gonna give this team a 4.5 out of 10. It is your best team, because if it does something well, and it's be an offensive team, while these other 2 teams are kind of just somewhere in the middle, and they don't do really either of them well. So next team, or next person. 1 second, some water. Alright. Next we got Tomato with Mega Diancie, Zapdos, Jirachi. Okay. So right off the bat, I see a pretty solid SM team here. You got Mega Diancie, which needs strong pivots to get it in. You have Zapdos and Jirachi, as well as Sovali. That can also get in Blaze, and Z Captains are Blaze and Virizion, so that helps. Mamoswine as the ground isn't necessarily needed here, though. I feel like you could have went for more of a defensive ground to help against stuff like Zera, which kind of bends this team over. You're going to have to run defensive Sovali for Zera pretty much every time, just because Mambo can't really take it on. One sec. Alright, so that's a problem, right? But it's still okay though. This team is definitely still functional. The only other problem I see with this team is your viable rockers. Alright, you got good rockers. You got a decent removal. Zapdos and Sovali. It's honestly a good team. This is definitely an above average team. And if you wanted to like, I have pretty high standards for teams since I play in the more competitive side of the draft community. So me saying your team's above average is definitely a compliment to your draft, so you should be good. I'm super proud of that. But this team, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. I'd use something like this, or at least consider it. Next, we got your Sword and Shield draft. We got Selly, Coco. Okay, so that's good. I mean, it's hard to do wrong with Selly, Coco. Crook solid, Milo's solid. 2 pivots. You're lacking immediate power, which is pretty important on a Coco draft, because Coco is it functions as an enabler in the Sword and Shield format. You basically get it in, outspeed something, you turn into a breaker. And this team doesn't necessarily have an immediate breaker outside of Banded Crook, which can only come to a few matchups, and maybe Life Orb Haxorus, which in itself isn't optimal. So that's your biggest problem here. Let's go ahead and look at your hazard game, because if you are going to run a team that doesn't have strong breakers, you're going to need some hazards. So it's just Crook and Miltank for rocks, which is okay. You have no spikes, which isn't needed in Sword and Shield. However, on a team like this, I feel like it would really be complemented by having rocks. So this is most definitely worse than your SM team. And it shouldn't be, because you're in an 8-man pool, which is gonna give you some. That's gonna like give you some less points in my mind, at least. But it's below average. I'm gonna be honest, especially in an 8-man pool. And I've skimmed through some teams. This is definitely a below average team. With this start though, it really shouldn't be, but so that's unfortunate. But team's about a 3.5 out of 10. Next team, SV. Great Tusk. What are yours? Terra, Moth, and Latias. Those are good Terra captains. Alright, so again, I see a couple of problems here. If you run Grimmsnarl, you almost always want to have like Annihilate or Goldango or something that can block Break, because people are just going to run Break against you every single matchup, and you have nothing that's stopping it. So your screens are basically going to go up and go down fast as fuck. That's a problem, but it's not a game-changing problem. It's just something you want to have. You do have good offense behind the screens if your opponent doesn't end up getting rid of them. Like you have potential bulk up Tusk, Moth obviously, and Latias, as well as Gyarados, so that's solid. A solid HO-esque team with a random Registeel for like a defensive aspect. If you really need it, Registeel might be okay. However, I don't know if it has Toxic this gen, which could really be bad for you. I'm going to go ahead and give this team a 5 out of 10 just because out of HO, I think it looks pretty good. Hi, looking for a roast sesh if you're still filming. Alright, Martin, let's go ahead and look at what you got. Got a Darkrai team. Terraqua, good choice. Alright, so you got some good mons here, but you messed up in a couple ways. So with the Darkrai team, Darkrai most of the time is going to be the fastest mon on the field. But it gets forced out by, like, I mean, how do I word this? It can't run Hypnosis this gen, So it's a little harder to use, and it isn't the strongest guy on the field always. So you want to have like pretty top tier breakers with Darkrai, and pretty much the only good breaker you have is Dragalge and Armarouge, I guess. Mostly Dragalge though, just off top. And like you have a lot of passive guys like Arboliva, Screamtail, Treads. Treads can be offensive, but rarely. You know what I mean? And Knuckle Stack, obviously. So in a lot of matchups, your guy who you want to win the game with, being Terraco Quavel, might end up having to run Choice Band and Break for you, which is pretty ass. One sec, let me get some water. So that's pretty ass, but other than that, you have most of your roles filled out. You know, you have removal, you have hazards, T-spikes and rocks. Don't know if this gets spikes. I don't think it does, but honestly, solid defense, solid offense. You're just missing that big breaker. It's a good team though. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. On to the next. Zeraora Corv. Alright, I don't like this team. This is a Gen 8 team, I think. Yeah, it is. It's Corviknight. But I don't like this team. It's very weird. Corviknight's pretty bad in Gen 8. It's way too passive, doesn't really do anything besides U-turn. Bulu's okay, not really that good though with the terrain nerf. On top of that, multiple teams have multiple grass checks, so it's hard to open it up. And your team's a little passive, and it has mid defense as well. This is a below average team. Like your Corviknight, if you are gonna draft one, you want to have elite breakers. I'm talking like Garchomp, you know, Latios, something like that. Instead you have Latios, it's a lot weaker. Doesn't really help. But yeah, this is another team that like it can do a lot, but it's not good at anything. And that means prepping, like in the builder, you're gonna have to get creative nearly every time if you want to win, which sucks, honestly. So it's gonna be like a 3 out of 10 for me. Next we have Torn-T. This is a awesome team. Z-Torn, Z-Como, Megapito. I just really called it Megapito. That's fucking wild. I'm gonna be eating an apple, by the way, so don't mind me. But so first thing I notice is outside of Torn, your team's really slow. Mega Sharpedo, obviously you're gonna be saving it for the late game most matchups, because like you don't have elite win cons other than Como, which really can't even be an elite win con without the Z move. I'm talking about the Omni boosting Z move. So, you know, that's a problem. But it's not bad though. It's a standard bulky offense team. It's pretty average. I don't have much to say about this one. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Next we got Rise. I think that's just how you say his name. So this is his awesome team. We got Garchomp, Rotom Wash, Scizor, Pidgeot. Okay. This is a good team, I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the awesome teams, this might be the best one I've looked at. Considering it's 16 man, this is pretty impressive that he has this. You know, got good pivots with Sizz, Rotom. Good breakers with Chomp and Blaze, as well as Pidgeot. Good win con with Sizz. All around, this is a really good team. For what it's doing, I don't think I'd replace any of these guys with somebody different. Maybe Vileplume with like Roselia to give you some spikes. But honestly, it could go either way because this team doesn't really need spikes. However, you would prefer to have them. So for that reason, I'm going to give this team a 9 instead of a 9.5. It's a good team though. Next up, we got a Sword and Shield team. Mew, Melmetal, Lando I, Gyarados, Drag, Obsta. Okay. I like what I'm looking at. However, obviously your team is slow as fuck. Like really, really slow. And honestly, your only good Scarfer is Gapdos, because Scarf Lando and Scarf Goon both kind of suck, Loki. They want to be running like Life Orb and Flame Orb, so that doesn't really help. Whimsicott is your fastest mon is really bad, so that automatically is going to unfortunately make this team below average, because even though it's a good bulky offense team, you need speed on every draft, especially in Gen 8. You have to be really, really picky with your speed tiers in Gen 8, and Whimsicott is not one that I would choose. So I'm going to have to give this team like a 3 out of 10, honestly. Next we got his SV team. Okay. Right off bat, this team is entirely physical. Literally no special breakers at all. Like, I'm loading up helmet. I'm loading up FizzDev helmet mods and checking your entire team. That automatically makes this team below average, unfortunately, even though you do everything pretty well, but it's too much of an issue. Like, Palafin can run mix some matchups, but it's super, super, what's it called? Like, gimmicky. So, it is good though, but you do have that one big problem. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Okay. I'm just making sure my shit's picking up my mic. Next we got Plozio. Big P. Okay. No ghost type with a Grimmsnarl. Oh no, you got Trevenant. I mean, that kind of counts, but not really. Team's not bad though. Standard Chili into Bags, Chili into Tarop. That's fine. Shocks is there for some hazards to help your game up. Cobal. Talonflame for your speed. Not bad. It's about an average team. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. No glaring weaknesses here, but no like crazy strengths. Next team. So this is Sword and Shield, and you got Regieleki. It's a little bit weird. In terms of pressuring the ground types to enable Regieleki, your team absolutely does not excel at that, I'm going to be honest. Nothing's forcing the ground outside of maybe Blaziken, which will just straight up lose to him. But I see another Grimmsnarl, so this dude likes Grimmsnarl a lot, I can see, but again, this team is bad for a Gen 8 team, honestly. Like, Latios Selly's good, Blaziken's mid though, and Pex is not going to work. Same with Regieleki. I have to give you a 3 out of 10 on that. Okay. Big fan of this one. I'm a big fan of Sand in Gen 7. Mazie Excadrill, throughout DPL, throughout any team tour, has always been that top dog, honestly. Like, it claims so many kills and wins so many games. It's so good. And like, having that bulk of Venusaur and Torn and like Electros will help you get stuff in. Latios is decent. Not Zing the Lottie. Zing Torn over Lottie is a big throw though. That's my one drawback with this. As well as Volcanion was not the pick. Same with Slurpuff, honestly. I would have changed that up. It's going to get a 5 out of 10, but it is a good team. I like it. Arrow. Come on, Arrow. Let's see what you got. Zarbai. Okay. Another Gen 7 Sand team. Okay. Honestly, kind of looks like a Gen 6 team. But see, like, if I was going to go into Sand route, I wouldn't do it like this. It's like Zardwai's just going to interfere with your fucking weather, and you have nothing to capitalize off the sun. Just weird. 4 out of 10. I do like Sand though. Okay. So this is Gen 8. Gen 8 Bulu. Not a fan. Round 1 Heatran, not a fan. Round 2 Keldeo, not a fan. Keldeo sucks in Sword and Shield. Then DI's mid. This is probably the worst Gen 8 team I've seen out of all of them. It's gonna get a 1 out of 10, unfortunately. I'm sorry, my guy. Bad speed as well. And subpar bulk, really bad. Next team. We got, okay. Another Darkrai team, remember what I said before? You gotta have that good ass breaker. Okay, well he doesn't really have it. Keldeo can. I'll let it slide. Terra Keldeo might be able to do it. Out of all the gens, Gen 9 is easily Keldeo's best gen. Just because there's not very many like Slowbros and Toxapexes running around. Okay. Tearing Rashi over Skeletors was definitely a throw. Non-Terra Skeletor isn't going to do anything. So this team's going to get a 5 out of 10. As well as a Moongus, it can't even Spore in Gen 9, so good luck with that. Alright, here's my GOAT mod. Right here. Masusa. I don't know how to say your name, but let's check it out. Terrible Corviknight. Not a big fan of Corv, but honestly, it looks like you got most of your roles covered. Kirk is very bad in Gen 9 though, so it's pretty much just an offensive mon. It can't really be used defensively because shit is way too strong, but it's fine as an offensive piece here. This team's okay. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to run defensive Raging Bolt a lot because a lot of your guys can't really run defensive in Gen 9. By 4 out of 10. It's below average. Sword and Shield. I better see some heat. Come on now. Coco, Celesteela. Pegs, Tangrowth. No. Automatic, no. Those mons suck in draft. Tangrowth can't use hidden power, so it just gets set up on by a lot of shit. I get subbed and set up on by a lot of stuff. And people are gonna come, no, Tangrowth has 110 special attack and a lot of attack. Doesn't matter, bro. It has shitty Staff Grass, which gets subbed on by everything. And its next strongest move is Earthquake, which a lot of shit can just sub on anyways. It's not strong enough, and you have to run defensive. Not a fan. But a lot of people butchering this Coco Steela Crook shit. It's honestly kind of unfortunate. But Hitmonlee and Raichu, nice little ad at the bottom. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10 on that one. Slightly below average. Alright, so here's your Zygarde and Volk. Those are good Z users. Zyg, Phoenix, Skarm. Okay, you got a little bit of Hazard stack offense going on. A little bit of Lucha, a little bit of Volk. Hazard, very setup heavy. And your immediate breaker would be Mega Ampharos, which is kind of mid. 5 out of 10. I like what you're doing, but you're missing that immediate power. Like, instead of Mega Amp, would have went for a better Mega as well. That thing's kind of bad. Not a bad team though, 5 out of 10. Ordinary, let's see what you got. Gen 7, AG, Megalop, Latias, Glysport. Okay, let's see. First off, not seeing this Aegislash has got to be the craziest thing you could possibly do, because this is near ban worthy with the Z move, but okay, I'm gonna let you cook. Yeah, I'm done eating on this apple. I'm already to the core, but off bat, Megalob Age is good. Age would be better if it had the Z move. It'd give you an immediate breaker. Non-Z Zergatry also is going to be pretty bad. Volcanion's pretty bad as well. Your immediate power is lacking, unfortunately. You do have good setup options. Not too bad, honestly. Glasgow gets 10 power iced a lot. And it being your only rocker kind of sucks. It honestly sucks enough for, like, you need hazards on a team like this, especially with Megalob. It sucks enough to bring this team down to a 3 out of 10. Next, okay, this is his Gen 8 team with Z captains, but okay. Anyways, Blaziken, G-Arm, Corviknight, Swampert, Gengar, Chansey, Selber, okay. Okay, this seems weird, bro. Like, where's your round 1 pick at? Did you pick Blaziken? I think people are getting misled by Blaziken being an Uber. It's not that good in draft. I'm running Protect all day against this team. Hydreigon likes to run Scarf and Specs. This thing likes to run Scarf. Gorilla Texas, you run Protect against it anyways. Gengar also likes to run Choice. I'm running Protect against this team all day. This team does function, however, fastest Mon Gengar. We're not counting Excelgor, the thing's fake. Does suck a lot, and your only rocker would be Pert and Chansey. Chansey is very, very bad though in draft. It just gets fucking knocked or hit by a physical move, and people can play around it and abuse it, frankly, in a lot of ways. For example, if any Mon with base 100 at HP goes up against Chansey, you can't break it so with Seismic Toss. Very, very bad. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of, yeah, it's a Sword and Shield team. These teams are supposed to be broken. It's 8-man pools. 2 out of 10. Meowscarada. Okay, this team off rip doesn't look too bad. You got some power here with Meow. Meow's a very good breaker in the format. Terramoth can break as well. Terra Necrozma's okay. Corv and Aloe to pivot out into stuff. However, you kind of butchered this bottom end. Like, after Corv, Aloe, you didn't have to get Florges and Gligar. Like, they just do the same shit as these two. You can keep Florges, drop the Gligar. Me and Xiao's fine here, but yeah, drop the Florges, probably drop the Gligar as well. Get a different ground. It'd be a better team. But 4 out of 10. Slightly below average. Alright, Big yeah, let's see what you have. Tusk. Go. So, let me just point out something. I have the hiccups. Give me one sec. Okay, so this team is particularly weak to stuff like Zapdos and Torn. You're gonna have to run stuff like Terra Electric Tusk or Terra Electric Hoopa in every single matchup against them, which is pretty unfortunate. Reason why you have to do this is because Ogerpon will match up into stuff like that, and it will be forced to U-turn out. And you don't have an abuser to U-turn out into, so you're gonna have to run Terra Electric and shit like that. Offensively, it's also good as fuck against you, so that's just, you know, the cherry on top. Bad synergy, but you do have some good mons here. Round 3 Palafin's good. Terra Tusk is good, and Goldengo is pretty good. With spikes from Ogerpon. Hoopa Unbound with the Terra is not bad. Speed with Talonflame is good. You are doing a lot of good stuff. However, you missed a pretty important spot offensively and defensively against those flying types. Gonna have to give you a 5 out of 10. Good team though. Torn, Slowking, Hydreigon. Okay, I'm not fucking with Tangrowth. This bottom 4, you just butchered it, bro. You gotta learn your lower tier picks in Gen 8. These teams are supposed to be broken, and whenever you run Torn Slowbro, you have to have a top tier breaker, which I get you're trying to do with Hydreigon, but Fairies are gonna check it. Then Melmetal's gonna come in and be walled by the opposing Slowbro, or Milotic, or whatever it is. And then you have nothing to go into after that. So, besides Hydreigon, which repeats the process, and you're eventually gonna get whittled down and lose. So instead of Tangrowth for this bottom spot, you should have went for an offensive piece. Same with the rest. It's a 3 out of 10. It could have been much better though. Celesteela, Heatran, Kyurem. Okay, this seems horrible. You're running this with no rain, and you're running Lucia with no terrain. Random Galvantula to set webs up. Heatran round 2 is heinous. Celesteela with no Z move is heinous. That's a 0, bro. It's like a 0.5. Next we got Garden Sage. Okay, so this is a good SV team. DOS is a very, very offensively scary mon as it can outspeed Scarfers. That with Ogerpon, which is also going to be the fastest mon on the field, means your team's fast as fuck. You're never getting outsped by shit. The Gouging Fire is good. This is good. I actually like this because these two are going to be fast as fuck, and Gouging Fire is going to force Scarfers to outspeed a +1 Gouging Fire, which these will outspeed. So that's good synergy right there. As well, Qwilfish can flip turn into Ursa. Eggy's okay. But yeah, it's a solid team, honestly. I like this one. 7, 8, 7 or 8, probably 8. 8 out of 10. Sword and Shield. Urshifu Rapid's really, really bad in Sword and Shield. It's been used a lot in DPL, and Slowbro runs rampant, Slowking runs rampant, Helmets run rampant. And if you're not running a Scarf, you're getting outpaced by every mon in the format. Wouldn't recommend. Kirim's good. Zera Kirim's good. You butchered it though. Slowbro with Kirim is good. Slowbro with Kirim and Zera. Those are 3 good pieces. C looks good with it as well. Tangrowth, Porygon, no. And Scolipede. And you can get away with Scolipede, but you can't get away with this Urshifu. 5 out of 10. You have some good spots going on though. And your speed is a little bad outside of Zera. You really only have Scolipede, which it's not too bad. 5 out of 10. Let's go into your SM team. I need another fucking apple, bro. Whatever. I'll wait till after the video. Mega Steelix is terrible. I'm just gonna start with that. It's really, really bad. Blaze without the Z is sub. I guess Thundy kind of needs the Z though. Honestly, not a bad team. Fastest Monster Army is a little, not great, but you'll be fine. You have decent Scarfers. Starmie can remove. It's okay. It just doesn't do anything great. It does have some power with KB and Blaze, but in terms of winning the game, you really only have like Scarf, Heracross, and Thundy, which is a little, just not great. And on the priority side of things, you don't have any priority, which doesn't help games with speed. 4 out of 10. Okay team though. Ducky, let's see what you got. This is Gen 8, so you're running Sand with no Sand. Okay, cool. Drill, no Sand. Urshifu Rapid round 2, not a fan. Slowking's fine. Torn G King. This is just a weird Torn G King draft, and again, you're running Grimmsnarl with no Ghost. Not a fan. You have a random Lycanroc Dusk whenever you already have the roles fulfilled. I guess he wanted the speed tier, but in this case, you shouldn't have done that. I would have got a Sand Setter. Not great. 3 out of 10. 2 out of 10, actually. Okay. Solid. You got a strong mon here. Pivot wise though, you are lacking. You have Decidueye, that's about it. Not a big fan of Buzzwole. Z Metagross is a little weird. Z Hydreigon's good though. You have a lot of bulk, like you got all your roles filled, you just don't have that pivot option. Your team doesn't synergize too well with everything else. Like this will check the fairies for Hydreigon, but outside of that, I don't know. It's just a little goofy looking to me. But your biggest problem is the pivots, obviously. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. It's still okay. So SV. I don't know why, but every time I go to record a video, my voice just starts getting raspier and raspier. Maybe I should start talking all deep and shit. SV. Okay, I'm fucking with it. You can blit Chilly Reception into the Specs bundle, Clay Blizzard. I'm fucking with that. Terra Urshifu is a menace. Talonflame's a good pick. It'll give you a little bit of removal. Wouldn't have did Whimsicott though. Donphan will help you with removing. And then you have a random Duraludon and a random Magneton. You fumbled, Ducky. You had such a good team. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. Could have been good though. Could have been all the way up to an 8 out of 10. Alright, Yakai, whatever. Let's see what you got. Okay, finally we got a Darkrai with an immediate breaker. A couple of them. Got yourself Lando, Dragougie, and Crabominable. Solid. Defensively, I do like Gouging Fire. Defensively, you're a little lacking though. Like stuff like Blastoise is gonna get ran over, and then you kind of have to rely on Gouging to eat a hit for you, which you can. Tinkaton will help too. It's not too bad defensively. Honestly, this is a pretty good team. I'm gonna give you a 7 out of 10. Like a Diancie, Weavile, Keld. This is another Keldeo team, bro. Come on. How many of these have we had? Scar, I'm not a fan. Again, like it'll help you with hazards, but whenever you have a strong breaker like Mega Diancie, you don't want to be wasting your time getting hazards if you want to be spending time getting the Diancie in. Diggersby will help with that, same with Mesprit, but not a big fan, honestly. I'm going to give you a 4 out of 10. Okay, this is a fucking Sword and Shield team. Dude, Sword and Shield teams are supposed to be broken. Honestly, this one's not too bad. However, you are running Amoonguss with Electric Terrain, which is a little goofy. These two will work well, Hawlucha and Raichu, but Amoonguss? I mean, come on. You turn into Cart, pivot into Slowking, and then teleport into Nidoking, which is obviously very good synergy. It's an above average team. I'm going to give you a 6 out of 10, just because that Amoonguss pick was weird. Alright, Dastardly Dwarf, let's see what you got. Bax, G-King, Terra Gambit. Okay, it's a very slow team with non-Terra Serp. A little weird. Your Scarfers are kind of shitty as well. It's really only Serp, and Grass is not a great stab, and it's really the only thing it can do. That's a big problem. Terra Gambit's good though. These two are good. G-King and Bax. Vermarina is good as well. Only removal is Avalugg and Quaxwell. Quaxwell is never coming, so your only removal is Avalugg. That's horrible. 3 out of 10. Sorry, bro. You do have good offense, though. Okay, so this is Gen 8. Kyurem's good. Feeney's okay. Heatran's horrible. Lucha with Feeney's could be okay. Another slow team. Hawlucha will help you though. Zarude can Scarf as well. It's not a bad Scarf option. This team doesn't really have any good top tier picks though. Like Kyurem's there, but it gets outpaced by every other top tier pick in Gen 8. I really like Kyurem more of a round 2 mon instead of building around it round 1, just because it can get outpaced a lot. It does have very good offensive matchups, however, good players will know how to get around it. I've done it plenty of times. And the rest of your team outside of Hawlucha inside of the terrain doesn't pose much of a threat, unfortunately. I'll give you a 4 out of 10 though, it looks usable. Okay, so if I was going to build a sand team, this is how I'd do it. I'd get me a little Reuni. This is nearly perfect how I'd build a sand team. Zapdos synergizes really well with sand. I like this team. First step you did wrong was Speed. Second step was Vaporeon. Would have swapped it, honestly. Would have went for more of something like, say, Toad to force HP Grass, or I would have went for something like Milotic or something a little bit more bulky. Also not a fan of the Scolipede. I'm sure you could have optimized on that. I like the Reuni though. Mienshao, not exactly a Mienshao guy. Can work on this team. Also could be optimized. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10 on this team. I like it. Okay, Soup. Dragaquack. Not tearing this is heinous. The Quack. Yeah, you just picked the wrong Terra Captain. Should have teared Quack, should have teared Heatran. Would have been a better team. Without it though, you're left with some shitty mons. Heatran without Terra is horrible, and Quack without Terra is really bad. So, gonna have to give you a 3 out of 10. Sorry, bro. Also, the rest of your stuff didn't look too great, unfortunately. Clef gets overran by a lot in the meta, and other than that, your defense is a little mid. Alright. Gen 7, your Z is Cart and Excadrill. We got another sand team. Solid. Only problem is Crest can't Moonlight in the sand. It's a little negative synergy. Yeah, it's pretty bad, honestly. Mega Man will give you some speed though outside of the sand, which is good. It's a little weird of a team, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, because like Crest is gonna have to check a lot of shit for you that Clef and Tigrowth aren't checking, and like Moonlighting can become weird. I honestly just wouldn't bring Crest to many games here. That is going to be a useless slot in my eyes, to be honest with you. I'm going to give you a 4 out of 10. Sand is very good, though. We got Vesuvius. So. Okay, this is very weird, bro. Weird team. These two are okay. I get you at a late round pick. Got Latios Zap. Z Latios is good. Z Nihilego is very mid. These are good though. Mega Gyarados is okay. Dougie is just, I stay away from Dougie, you know, it's easy to get around Dougie. It never, like in theory, you're like, oh, you can trap the steel types from Nihilego. In reality, it doesn't play out like that. Got him another defensive ground, which will help. One sec. Okay, so yeah. I don't have much to say. This is just a very mid team. I'm gonna give you a 3.5 out of 10. Now this one's good. If I was gonna build a Lando Kart team, it would look a lot like this. Wouldn't have the Diancie I get. You need to check shit that Kartana needs to. So to help Kartana, but I wouldn't pick Diancie. And I wouldn't pick Roselia in Gen 8 either. However, this is a good team. That's 9 out of 10, honestly. That's a good team. Okay, so you got a good thing going on, but you missed a couple of things. Unterra the Thwackey, drop the Gardevoir, Terra either Moth or Urshifu to up your offense game. Because it's a little lacking without it. Pick up Carbink instead of Guard, and this would be a much better team. Without it, though, this is going to have to be a 5 out of 10. Average. Alrighty. We got Glowbros. See what you got. Interesting. Okay. Zarude is very cheese. I like it. Raikou round 3 is a little weird. People usually don't even draft that thing in Gen 9. Rachi seems to be the only guy who can handle dragons, which will force Zarude into Terra Fairy for a lot of matchups, which kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Water is Araquanid, little weird. I would normally not go for that. Okidogi is mid-pick. It's okay, I guess, here. It gives you another Scarfer. It's an okay team, though. I'm going to give you a 5 out of 10. It's pretty average. You have some pretty bad problems, though. Alright. Whoops. Alright. So, Gen 7. This is weird. You got Coco Medi, which you can never go wrong, and then you have 6 Mons that you just butchered the entire thing with. Pex and Bronzong. You have nothing to pivot into these guys other than Persian Serena. Yeah, nah. If you're gonna do Coco Medi, I wouldn't do it like this. This is way too suboptimal. You know, I'm pretty much a perfectionist, but this is like, yeah. It's just rubbing me the wrong way, bro. Not a fan. The Z Dragonite's not even that good, to be honest with you. You're always eating the Coco. Yeah. We're gonna have to give this like a 4. Nah, like a 3, honestly. Here we got your Sword and Shield team. Okay, you got some setup. Feeny can take the Feeny can take the defensive pressure off of Selenium Mew, so you can run setup, so that's okay. Kirk will give you a Scarfer. This is a good top 4. Talon is bad though. Thing about Gen 8 is you gotta be careful with your speed tiers. Pick a Talonflame is not optimal. You would have preferred Cinderace if it got to you. Gotta work with what you get though. Good team though. 7 out of 10. I'm holding on to my voice, like my life fucking depends on it right now. But Esther J. If I'm gonna rock Dragapult, I'll always rock it with spikes. Good choice, my brother. Solo removal Cinderace is not great though, especially whenever you're setting spikes up and your only form of removal is Court Change. Negative synergy. Another spike or 2 with no spinner. You need a spinner on a team like this. That's a really bad downside. You would have had a great team if you had a spinner. Even like Avalo, like bro, you just need something. Unfortunately, that is too much of a problem for me to ignore. You do have good offense and good checks, but that is such a huge problem. Like, you're running Boots Dragon Pull every matchup now. It's so bad. Unfortunately, it's below average. I'm going to have to give you a 4 out of 10, even though I like the idea you're going with. Sword and Shield. Let's take a look. Torn, G-King, Hydra. That's good. H-Slash is good. Rapier is good. Okay. Little bit of a problem here and there. I will say your Coco matchup might be a little rough, same with Zera, since your crown type's Rapier. I'm sure you're aware of that, so you got Thwacky, but it's only going to help a little bit. However, it's not too much of a problem for me to rank your team bad. I do like this team. This archetype's used a lot. You have good breakers and good pivots. Torn G-King, it's really hard to go bad with it. I like it. It has no water type though, that's a little weird. Other than Regigigas, maybe Wishy-Washy or something, some kind of water Poliwrath, something. I'll give you a 7 out of 10 though, that's a good team. Zera, Xenocro, okay, let's take a look. So I've seen this archetype a lot. I think he might have even used it or something like this. I've seen this a lot in DPL or something. I like this team. You have a lot of bulk with Suicune, you know, Necro, Serp can be bulky, Pidgeot can be bulky, Steelix, you know. Conkeldur's a little weird. I guess you wanted another Dark Resist, that's why you got it. Other than Skuntank. I can see why. Here's what I would have done. Flip the Skunk, flip the Conk, get a Girder, and then get a good Dark on top of Conk. That's what I would have done. It would have been a little better, in my opinion. But like Drapion or something with this would have given you another Scarf option too. But yeah, this is a solid team though. I'm gonna give you another 7 out of 10. Good teams overall. This is a little suboptimal, but you had a good Awesome and a good Sword and Shield. Marshy. Take a Lixie. So you're running Hat with no Trick Room. It's pretty bad without Trick Room because it really is just a healing witch bot. It gets overran by half the meta. Oh my god, bro, I'm not a talker. My voice is giving out, but Zamazenta, Terraments is good. Problem is your defense is really, really bad, and your offense isn't good enough to make up for your lack of defense, so I'm gonna have to give you a 4 out of 10, sorry. It's just not good enough. You get your standard setup G Sword and Shield team. Seen this a million times and it's pretty shitty, this archetype, at least Kieran, Volcarona with Azazel, Finfini, and Selly. It just never works. It's very setup heavy. And fastest Mon Azazel, whenever you don't have very many good Scarfers, is pretty ass. It's only Fini really, and it has to run defensive on a team like this. 4 out of 10. No, I like this one. I like your Ocean team. Medi, Zap, Croak, Empo's good. Empo will give you rolls. Scoliped's fine with the Z move. Kofag's probably your other Z move. Those are good. Shaman will help you out defensively and offensively. It's a good Pipermon, and there's just a random Empower. I like this team. I'll give you a 7 out of 10. How much more do I have to do? Because this is a lot. Okay. Let's keep chugging. Okay, Inversify. I saw this team in action earlier today. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Not a big Scarm guy. Snorlax is fine though. Yeah, Latios Mega Lob is pretty good. You have some good power here. Hazards will help the Lob. I like where you're going with this. Stunfisk, not a huge fan of, but I see what you're doing with it. Good team, 7 out of 10. And I've officially ran out of water, so I'm drinking diluted Diet Dr. Pepper now. But we got a copy paste rain team straight from DPL. Thing about this team was it went 5-2 in DPL. However, all the games were fucking nail biters. So you got to play as good as whoever was doing with this team, and it's gonna be a challenge. 5 out of 10. Okay. It's a lot to take in here. You have, okay, I don't like this team very much actually. You have no immediate power, so like if I was going to play this team, I'm seeing the Shaman Sky as your only immediate power, and I'm running Covert Cloak as a check to it, and then beating down the rest of your team because nothing else is strong. And your bulk is a little subpar too. Like Snorlax is weak to the 10 million fighting types in this meta, and Weezing can't really even beat the fighting types either, so it's really just Necrozma. So that's unfortunate. 4 out of 10. Next we got Diddy. H Diddy. This team's slow as fuck. Best is Mon Garchomp. 0. Yeah, this team's horrible. You can't ever get away with a team like this. 0. This dude likes Glaceon. He's got 1, 2, 3 Glaceons. Wow. This is Gen 8. Definitely better than your last team. But, you got like Rain with Fish, Sand with Fish. That's funny. It's a funny team. 4 out of 10. So, bro, what the fuck? You got like 3 1-pointers. I was about to say, this seems good. Like, Tusk, Darkrai, Gadget Fire, Prim, Latios, that's good. However, 5 Mon teams never fucking work. It's 3 out of 10. You do have those good. You have a good 5 Mons to work with, though. If you can beat an opponent with 5 Mons, then good on you. Those are some good Mons to work with. All right, AJ, what you got? Sneasler. Okay, this team is very slow. You only have Sneasler, and you're probably gonna be saving it for the late game sometimes. So outside of that, you don't have much speed. You're really late for Rillaboom. It's a pretty bad downside. Gliscor is your spiker. Gliscor's pretty bad in SV. Gets outpaced by a lot of shit. Outside of that, you have good pivots though. It's a decent team. I'll give you 5 out of 10. Alrighty. Next, we've got Selly Zygarde. Okay, bro, this team doesn't have a single Mon with an attack stat above base 100. You have Tanger with 110 special attack, and that's your strongest Mon. That's horrible. This is Gen 8 too. You have a lot of bulk and no offense. This is like some stall shit. But like bad stall. Because even stall teams have Mons that have above 110 special attack. At least stall teams in draft do. Like usually they'll have like a Drampa or like a Zapdos or something. This is horrible. I'm gonna give you a 0. So you're not gonna win any games with that. If you do, you prove me wrong. Good job. Awesome. Your Z's are, I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's Lando and Bulk. Or Dragonite. Okay. Round 2 Pharaoh, round 3 Keldeo. This team's also bad. It's another slow ass team, which like Jolteon's fast, but it's very mid. And like Mega Sableye is also mid. You don't have anything very good here on your team. Like you don't have any solid good Mons other than Lando. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm gonna have to give you a 3 out of 10. Lucoke. Got the dogs. Honestly, this team's pretty good even though you have all 3 of the fucking dogs. 4 out of 10. I see you're memeing, so 4 out of 10. We're loading up the Iron Squad, aren't we? Again, this team can work, even though you only have Iron guys. They can work. 4 out of 10. Weird. I'm gonna have to start zipping because, like, holy, my stamina is depleting. But let's keep going. So this is Gen 8. I like these top 3. What a sub the Heatran. I'm not a big fan of Heatran in Gen 8. Just not that good. Gets outpaced. Not good defensively. Not good offensively. These top 3 are good though. It's hard to go wrong with that. Blastoise is good too. Whimsicott not great. Orbeetle Phalanx. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. Alright, Apache. Let's see what you got. Got Terra, Sneasler, Goldengo. Okay, this is just weird. This thing can't shed tail. I don't know why you'd get it round 3. And I don't know why you'd tear the Clef over Boulder. It's a little weird, to be honest with you. No terrain with the Sneasler. That's really bad. 3 out of 10, sorry. Sword and Shield. Again, this team doesn't have much immediate power outside of Rillaboom, and Grass Stab needs a lot of enabling, which Zeraora cannot do. Neither can Zygarde. All three of these are walled by grass types. Really weird. Rotom Heat doesn't really help with that. Neither does Skarm. I mean, bro, like I'm running a Bulu against this in 6-0. I mean, not 6-0ing, but walling your entire team with the Bulu. Like, I don't know, bro. Any grass, like Tangrowth, is good into this too. Not great. Skarmory will help, but Skarmory's not great in Gen 8 either. Oh, I didn't rate it. I'm going to give you a 3 out of 10. Sorry, you don't have any immediate power. Outside of Brim. Okay. Let me lock in. What do we got here? Gen 7, Zeolite, Z-Bulu. This is weird. Latios is good. Keldio's not great. I mean, Dio defense is horrible. So, I mean, it's just a very weird team. Your team doesn't have a ground type, so I'm loading my Coco. I'm ripping the Z and then volting on your entire team, and you're losing. And there's not much you can do about it. That's terrible. That's like a 2. You need a ground type, bro. A ground type or a Volt Absorber. How many more do I have? Quite a fucking lot, don't we? Holy moly. Alright, Pivot. I'm sorry if we get this far, but I'm gonna have to go fast. I'm just gonna skim through it, rate it, name a couple of things, and we're gonna go. Not tearing this, no. Not tearing the Pokemon is a no. Not tearing Heatran is a no. 2. I'm assuming that this is Gen... Yeah, it's Gen 8. No. No. 4. Zygarde. That's solid with the Z move. Brim, Mega Man. This is actually decent. I'm gonna give this team a 5. You did good on your rest of the team. Alright, Faye, let's see what you got. Terrazor with Pult is nasty. Do you have spikes? You do. Good team, bro. You got a lot of good shit. You got a spinner. This is a great team. I'm gonna give you an 8 out of 10. Gen 8. Looks like a copy-pasted DPL team, I'm not gonna lie. This dude's giving me so-stat vibes. I think he's a DPL spectator. He definitely doesn't play. I don't recognize him, and I've captained multiple times in DPL. This is also a great fucking team. 8 out of 10. I mean, bro. This is, which one's the awesome team? Do you not have a Mega? Okay, wait. So I think this is the awesome team. Because you got an expensive ass Thundee. Looks like a Gen 8 team though. Yeah, no Mega's a no-no. Your team's also a little knocked. We've always been Gen 7, 4 out of 10. Alright, Bliss. Coco, Rotom. Zard's good. Nidoo's good. Uxie can pivot in everything, that's good. Hitmonlee complements the terrain, I like it. Cloyster's a little weird though. A little weird here. Might just be a Cloyster liker. Not a bad team, not a bad. You're missing a water type though. You're gonna run into a fire guy and he's gonna click Fire Blast against you. And he's gonna have a rock move for your boy, and there's not much you can do about it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give you a 3 out of 10 on that. I like the rest though. Okay. So this is Generation 8. Cart, Mew, like it. Prim, like it. Como, eh. Moltres, okay. Another Regieleki. No ground type though. Yep, no. That's just a no. 1 out of 10. Torn T, SV, okay. Torn G King, like it. Low kicks, okay. Decent. Tinkaton's there. Garchomp. Torn Chomp is really good with the G King. Now imagine you had like Setitan or something with this. Ooh, or like Bearsic or something. A little cherry on top would have been great. I like this team though, 5 out of 10. Again, if you skip through the video, I'm literally just skipping through the rest of these teams just really quickly because I have so many fucking teams I need to review. All right, Terapagos Shifu. I'm guessing single. Boys using Draft Zone. What the fuck? Never heard of that. Team slow. You have non-Terra Ogerpon. Fastest Mon. That's very bad for 3 out of 10. You need some speed, bro. You got everything but speed on that team. Again, another slow team. This dude doesn't like his fast mons. You got everything but speed, bro. Come on. And one rock. I already got 2. Everything but speed, and this is a Gen 8 team, so like Keldeo sucks. Thundy T's mid. You have no immediate breaking power. Volcarona is also mid. 2 out of 10, sorry. Awesome. Okay. Megalob, DOD, Serp, Tenta, Bishar, Blaze. Awesome. Okay. Let's take a look. No ground type. No Volt Absorber. Tapu Koko says hello. Tapu Koko wins. 1. SV free, let's see what you got. Terry Nam, Terry, like it. Weeva, like it. Rotom mid. Serena mid. Sandslash mid. Manaphy mid. Probopass mid. Interesting. Pivot wise, in order to get these boys in, what do you got? Serena, Flip Turn, Mana, Volt, Rotom, that's okay. Hazard wise, Rock Save, Rock Sandslash, this doesn't count. That's mid, very mid. Sandslash is barely coming, and Annihilate doesn't ever want to run rocks. That's a very bad downside. 3 out of 10 team. Next, Sword and Shield. Chomp, Lele, Heatran. Not a big Heatran guy. Everybody likes it. They're going to use it and be like, holy shit, this thing fucking sucks. I should have drafted a Steelix. Or like a Melmetal or something. But anyways, Melmetal would have been so clean here actually, because Lele abuses the fuck out of the Melmetal checks. But Lucha, Lele can be okay probably. Mo is fine as a pivot. Arak when it is a little bit of a weird pivot. You got a breaker. So if you're gonna run Goon, problem is you got nothing to pivot into it. You only have Rotom, no other pivots. Another subpar team, 3 out of 10. Sorry. Gen 7. Okay. So I like this team. Whenever you run Mew Mega Lob, you don't necessarily need pivots. You just need kind of bulk around it, which is what you have. I'm a fan. You got all your roles filled. You got a lot of bulk, a lot of power. No, not many complaints there. I like that team. 7 out of 10. Good job on that one. Okay. Omari. You John my draft. I'm not even gonna review your teams, bro. Sorry. You John the fuck out of my draft. Alright, next. Killer of Impersonators. Let's do it, bro. SV. Valiant Larias Moth. Sand Aloe. Ooh, I like this. This is clean. Aloe to pivot into your breakers as well as drill. In the sand is clean. Obviously, this top 6 was very expensive. So you had to finish with Vivillon and Diglett. I like the team though. I'm going to give you a 7 out of 10. It has nice offense. Gen 8. Torn Cart Rotom Lele. Okay. This is solid, honestly. Like, Torn Cart Rotom teams can never go wrong. Lele on top's a little added. Got a little too much offense though, not enough defense. You're going to struggle hard defensively. But, you know. That's how it goes with offensive teams. I like this team though. I'm going to give you a 5 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10. Awesome. KB, Nate. Okay. Got removal with Starmie. Nice. Nice with Spike stacking with Roselia. I like it. Mega Main's good. Aloe is where you fucked up though. I get you want another bulky water behind Starmie, but Aloe is not the way to go in Gen 7. It doesn't get flip turn. It's just set up fodder. 5 out of 10. I would have liked the team without it. Alrighty, checkmate. Let's see what you got. How many more teams I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 teams. 18 teams. Oh my god. Let's keep going. Ogerpon with Spring Terra. Nice. Rain. Rain with the Ogerpon? That might be schnasty, honestly. DOD is a little weird, though. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. It's just a little below average. Gen 8, let's see some heat. Coco, Corv, Vic, Nidoking, okay. Top 4 solid. Corviknight's a little mid though, as I've said throughout most of the video. Vape gives you a pivot. It's kind of a mid team though for Gen 8. You're supposed to have some broken shit. Coco's only really enabling Nidoking and Vic. Need some more stuff, honestly. But that's solid. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. It's about average. Gen 7. Okay. Another sand team. I love it. I love the sand. UC Clef, I like it. A Rag Pangoro, that's okay. 6 out of 10. Alright, Tux. Let's see what you got. AG. I'm hoping that's ZAG. Buzzle Keldeo is interesting. It's probably ZAG Z Zerk. It's suboptimal, I'm not gonna lie, because like defensively, you're really like you have to run shit like defensive Prim, defensive Buzzwole, and Mamoswine nearly every matchup, and like Rotom. So your only freed up offensive mons will be your ZAG, your Keldeo, and your Pidgeot, which is really all you need. But again, you want options. Like you don't really have much flexibility with this team. That's a big problem for it. Removal wise, let's see what you have. 2 rock weak mons, no spinner, and both of your rock weak mons are also your removal, it seems. Not great. Rocks, you have Mamo, only Mamo. Not great again. Quite a few flaws, slightly below average, 4 out of 10. Let's see your Gen 8 team. Zap, Heatran, Rapid Foo, I believe. Okay. Bulu, okay. So Zap, Heatran. Zap's good. Not a big fan of Heatran, and also not a big fan of Shifu Rapid. Latios with Zap is good though. Bulu's gonna be a little mid. I see why you got it though. Yeah, again, a little bit of a below average team. Whenever you have a Gen 8 team, you're supposed to be having some heat on you, because these are Amon drafts, so you're expecting like some very, very good stuff, and this team just doesn't have it. Doesn't have anything exceptional on it or going on with it, so unfortunately 4 out of 10. SV, Spec, Ogre, okay. You got Sun, okay, Sun, Wake, interesting. I'm not a big hater of this team. It's a little weird, but I think you can make it work. Like Spec, after being enabled by your Sun breakers, can be quite threatening, I assume. Same with Ogerpon, like you're always going to be controlling the speed of the game, and you have good hazards with Glimmy. I like the team. I'm going to give you a 6 out of 10. Alright, ZDH. This looks a lot like somebody I helped draft. Again, I'm just going to skim through this shit. Come on. 6 out of 10. Sorry, ZDH, but I'm gonna skim through yours because I need to save time. Let's be honest, all we really care about is the rating anyways. 6 out of 10. Gen 8, that's a good team. 7 out of 10. Tell me why they suck. Okay. I like Starmie here. The KB. Mandy, Snorlax, a little passive. Bronzong, yeah, a little passive, but you're fine. You have other offensive things. This is a solid team. I'll give you a 6 out of 10. Sun. NOT, this is your Gen 8 team. Okay, so you good top 3. Prim's good. Gobal's fine. Rotom's fine for a pivot. It's your own, like one of your only pivots outside of Prim, so Gobal can pivot too though. Amoonguss, yeah, it's fine. 6 out of 10. Latias, Gran Terra. Okay. Snorlax action going on. You gotta have good fighting checks if you're gonna draft Lags. You have Latias, Mug, Zapdos, that's fine. And Rotom. Good fighting checks. Lax could be good on this team, honestly. I like it. 6 out of 10. 3 6 out of 10 teams, my boy. Alright, Moonlight Lucy. Let's see what you got. Gren Blaziken, last spot. So you're a Johnner, not rating your teams because you John my draft. Alright. S Swaggery. Let's see what you got. Okay. I'm fucking with the top 4. I like it. You need ice with Chiller. You want some ice energy with Slowking. Usually you don't have it. And these top 4 are weird. Bottom 4 are weird. You were fucking it up with the top 4. What is Terra the Zarude though? Yeah, non-Terra Zarude's mid. Unfortunately, below average 4 out of 10. You gotta tear that Zarude, bro. It's so good. Your other 2 teams are not pulling up for me. I'll just look at it from here. Gen 8. Very weird team, honestly. Slowbro and Alele is fine in Blaze. Well, it looks usable, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. On the Gen 8 team. Gen 7, we have Chomp, Clefs. Okay. Okay. Little ground weak, eh? By a little, I mean very. Like Lando T is fucking this team up. Big weakness. You got good offense though. Only special breaker. You got some special power. You're good. 4 out of 10. 2 ground weak. Okay. Gen 8. Torn Rillaboom, Sheepa Rapid, Nidoqueen. Honestly, it's solid. Rain with Shifu could be good. Not a big Shifu guy, but with Pelipper, I can see the vision. Got some spikes with Clef. Klefki's really bad in Gen 8 though. Unfortunately, that's going to be a below average team. In my standards. 4 out of 10, sorry. Gen 7. Got a little bit of sun action going on with the Dougie. This bro's cooking. Honestly, like the Diddy Doug trio with this sun shit. Could work. Who knows? Obviously below average though, 3 out of 10, sorry. SV. Clef. Hands. You got speed, you got power. Missing out on your hazards though, because your power's not strong enough, and the non-Terra King Gambit is a little fucking Diddy, so I'm good on the Diddy Gambit. Sorry, that's like a 2. Like that's weird. Lon. Alright. Lon, I'm skipping you, sorry. Pacheco. Come on, Pacheco. Lottie, Heatran, Mandibuzz, Mienshao. Let me see if my shit's still working. Alright. Mienshao, Galvantula, Memo. Okay. Team's a little slow, so you got webs, but you're gonna quickly find out whenever you fight a competent player that webs fucking suck. Very slow. Good scarf for Mienshao at least. Decent power, decent bulk. Not a bad team. Give you a 5 out of 10. What's this? Gen 8. Okay, Gen 8. Yeah, dude, this is just, it's not good enough for a Gen 8 team. You need some fucking hitters, bro. You got Articuno, Mimikyu, Umbreon, Heatran? No, it's not good enough, bro. 4 out of 10. Not 3 out of 10. Ooh, we got our first Terra Latios, bro. Terra Latios is a fucking dog, bro. I think it was fucking DPL up. It'll fuck this shit up too, I'm sure. Terra Latios with the Samu is gonna be nasty. However you fuck the rest of your draft, I'm not gonna lie. Tinkaton, Mienshao, Palossand, Umbreon, Scyther, Blastoise. There's no way you didn't have points left over. If you didn't, then we need to fix some tiering, because these boys, no, 5 out of 10, bro. You're doing good, but you butchered the back end. You weren't pinging people. Fuck you. You're getting skipped. Sorry. All right. We got Paladin. Also, I wasn't saying fuck you to Pacheco. I was saying fuck you to T, because I remember this profile picture skipping and like not pinging people's names. It was annoying. But anyways, Paladin. Let's see. We got Palafin, Garchomp, Terra Boulder, Terra Garg. Garg's shitty in draft, bro. Fuck. you had a good top 3, like a really good top 3. Garg shitty, and then the bottom 4 you had no more points because everything was so expensive. I get it. This is a good team though. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. Lando Clef. Okay. Interesting. It's a little goofy. You have a lot of repeat rolls, like you have 3 psychic types, 2 fairies, 2 steals. Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm gonna give you a 3 out of 10. You have some options though. It's a little bit of size spin. Gen 7, Zagfitty, Etran, Arrow, Pex, bro. Pex, no. Comfy. Blaze, Ribombi, Mantine. Ribombi, Mantine. What? Mantine? Why are we drafting Mantine? This thing should be like 1 point. No immediate power outside of Blaze. Seems a little Rock's weak too, and you don't have great removal. Unfortunately, it's 3 out of 10, bro. Axel Raid. Let's see. Bit of load. USB, Terra Gambit, Terra Wash. Not tearing the Ments is a huge choke. I think it's gonna be shit. Kinda fine. Non-Terra serves also shit, bro. It's below average. Sorry, 4 out of 10. Mew, Zera, Zarude, Heatran. Okay. This is Gen 8. Mew, Zera's good. Zarude's fine. Heatran, bro. Why? Dude, Heatran. Y'all are falling into the Heatran trap. So many better steal options. Get you a Aegislash, bro. Get you a Melmetal. Get you a Scizor. Please stay away from Heatran. Feeny, and then 2 1-pointers. Below average, 4 out of 10. Usum. Megasis, Landoi, Latias Keld, Shaman. You got 2 Vions, 2 Eons. Okay. This seems just weird, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, Megasis round 1, Landoi is fine. Latias is fine. Keldio's okay-ish. I don't know what your Z's are. Latias and Keldeo, okay. I'm sure you'll do fine with this team, but I guess in 16-man Usum I'll give it a 5, but it's just not doing it for me. Oh my god, am I almost done? There's just no fucking way. I'm almost done. Holy. Alright, bro, let's see what you got. Terratorn, Terra Shifu Rapid. I like Terra Shifu Rapid. In Gen 9 specifically, I like Shifu Rapid in general. Don't like it in the other gen though. Meta, Blastoise, Shocks, Grimmsnarl. Do you have a ghost? You don't. I'm brick breaking this whole team, and Grimmsnarl is going to be useless. Not a fan of that, bro. The rest of the team you did okay though. Toadscroll, I guess you got it for another spinner. Weird. A little weird. Maybe a ground resist. You have Torn though, you should be okay. Yeah, and Rangaroo was a weird pick. I don't know, 4 out of 10. Slightly below average. This is your Gen 8 team. I better see some heat, bro. Chomp, Rotom, Necro, Standard, good. Corv, not great. You don't have too much power with these top 3. Gengar will help though. I'll give you something to pivot into. Plume and another Grimmy, bro. You love Grimmy. You have Gengar though. You can block Brick Break, but this seems okay for a Gen 8. Gen 8 standards, it's not great though. 5 out of 10. Alright, Gen 7. Zardex, Rotom, Uxie. Got a little pivot into Zar going on. I like it. Tarak, help you out. A little bit of overkill though. They do the same thing. Like Tarak and Charizard do the same thing. Nihilego, give you a Scarfer outside of Tarak as well. Raikou for some speed. Mimikyu for some offense support. I like it. I give you a 5 out of 10. A Juan. How many more of these bad boys do we have? Okay. Alright. A Juan, let's see what you got, bro. What did I just click on? Okay. Gen 8. Zap, Blaze, Darmg. It's a slow ass team. Way too slow. I'm sorry, bro. I can't rank slow teams because they're just unviable. I'm gonna have to give you a 1. You need speed, bro, on every team. You're gonna realize why whenever you play. Like, I'm gonna load up my Garchomp, run Adamant, and outspeed your whole team still. Or like, just load up Garchomp in general and outspeed your whole team. You could run Timid and outspeed his whole team. Like, too many problems with it, bro. Gen 7. Let's take a look, bro. Z Selly, Z Mew. Those are two of the best Z users in the format. That's great. Megalob helps. Pex, Pert, no. Pert's fine. Drop the Pex, bro. Delmise is fine. Porygon Z is not it. You already have enough offense. Aromatisse. Are you serious? You fumbled it, bro. 5 out of 10. You had something going, though. Zama, Bundle, Latias, Clef. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I've fucking rated this before. I don't know why, but just like I remember a Gligar being down here or something. But Zama. Alright, you got a fast team. Non-Terra Latias is weird. Yeah, dude, you should have terrored this thing. It's so bad without the Terra, and it got some suboptimal defense, but it can work. I'm gonna give you a 4 out of 10. Burna. Tornty with the Terra. Tornting. Kyurem, I like it. Keldeo is fine in Gen 9. Terra, Sinistcha, Iron Crown. Should have terrored the Crown. Got rid of the Sinistcha. Could have been better. I like it though. 6 out of 10 tier. Gen 8. Okay, seen this before. With this and this. Straight out of DPL. Togekiss is weird though. You butchered it at the end. 5 out of 10 team. Zera, Jirachi, Blaze, Roserade, Glasgow. Weird ass team, bro. It could work though. I mean, like, it's not too bad. Got a little bit of setup. I like it. I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10. Pichu, and then we're gonna do Aaron Lover, and then I'm fucking done, bro. Like, holy moly. Kartana Z, Zerk Z. Interesting. Okay. So speed-wise, you're slow. Like, very, very slow. Fastest mon cart, and you're Zing it most times. I guess Zerk Z, you could scarf it, but you have good scarfed options, but your team's too slow. I'm gonna have to give you a 4 out of 10. Coco, Gnarm, Rachi, Alucha, Hippowdon. That's weird, bro. This is so weird. Unnecessary Hippowdon pick. Unnecessary Rotom Heat pick. Sableye fine. 4 out of 10. Enam, Gren, Rotom, Hands, Iron Crown, Terra, Enam, Terra. Okay. I like this team. This seems good. You have a lot of stuff. You have a lot of hazards. You have removal. Good breaking power. You have a good cleaner in Terra Crown. I like it. 6 out of 10. Alright, we're finally finishing with this guy. Aaron Lover. Mega Diancie, Rotom, Pharaoh. I like it. Mega Diancie, Rotom, Pharaoh. It's a good top 3. Crook will help a lot with that as well. Thence to give you a little setup guy, not against it. Tenna, Zam for speed, and Shandy finishing off. Would have got rid of the Shandy, put a defensive on there. Would have been a better team. However, I like it. 6 out of 10. Lele, Weave, AG, Zap, Moltres, Quag, Reggie, Alecki, and Garbo. Okay, weird, honestly. It's a very weird team. You have a lot of prio, and the terrain will offset the priority. Ice Shard, Shadow Sneak, etc. Not great. Yeah, just not a fan in general. 3 out of 10. Darkrai, let's see some breakers with it. Darkrai, Chomp, there you go. Cinderace, fine. Rotom. This is a good team. I like it. It's all round. Doesn't really have any weaknesses. I'm gonna give you a 6 out of 10 with the Darkrai team. It doesn't really excel at anything, but it is not bad at all. I like it. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the video. If I missed your team, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I went through about 60 teams though, or not 60, but I went through about 50 teams or whatever. But yeah, stay tuned for some more content in the future. I hope y'all have a good one later.